Good morning, everybody. Broadcasting live from Mazatlan, Mexico. I'm Bill the Geek. This is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel. And on the Bill Dallas Lewis channel, we make videos about the joys of living in Mexico. Welcome each and every one for joining us this fine Saturday morning. Got a lot to cover today. We got news all around Mexico. Stuff's going on. And guess what? Next Thursday is Day of the Dead. We've got some Day of the Dead clips. People have been sending me pictures of their homes in places like San Miguel Allende and Morelia. And there was a big hurricane last weekend, the day before we broadcasted, and I got some clips of that. Let's see before we get started here. So if this is your first time here, ask any questions that you would like. Say what you would like. We're here. I come up with stuff to talk about, and I'm ready. I can talk because, I got a big mouth. You see this big mouth? And I got stuff to talk about, but the main reason I'm here is to share the joy of living in Mexico. If you're thinking about moving down here, or if you're a little hesitant about moving down here, you're wondering what to bring when you come down here, or what's it like to live in Mexico, or why does Bill the Geek live in Mexico, just ask or leave a comment. If you're already here, that's okay. We got Stephen Nathan in the house. He was here early. He was here about 2 hours before I started the broadcast. Good morning, Stephen. It's getting chilly up there. We got Mary Jane. Mary Jane in the house. Lakaya Britton in the house to Familia. Al Simon in the house. Hola to you. Pretty boy Brian Maiden is in the house. Stony Star God in the house. Katrina the cutie maker in the house. And even the infamous Jack Webb is in the house. Drove from Hazard. Oh, no way. That's funny. I've been through Texarkana. That's a trip, man. If you're driving through Texas or Texarkana, you'll be on this big flat freeway, right? And you see these white things with red spots in them. And you're driving. Then you see another one, white things with red spots. And it's dead chickens. Dead chickens, folks. They fall off the chicken trucks. Bear Lane, hurricane here in southern Baja. Yeah, rather you than me, Bear Lane. It looks like it's going to miss Mazatlan altogether. So you hunker down, girl. Hunker down, and you be careful. You be careful. Hunker down. Liston Henry in the house. Great listening to you this morning. How are you feeling? I feel great. I still have some cough going on, but I feel wonderful. And we got great electricity this morning. We have great internet this morning. And the weather is getting better here. For the first time in 4 months, I could open my front door, which is back there. You can almost see it in the background. And my sliding door, and a cool breeze was coming through here at 5:30 in the morning. First time in 4 months. Usually when I walk out of my air-conditioned bedroom, it's like walking into a sauna. So for the first time in 4 months, the weather is fabulous here again. Coco Mango. Hola, Coco Mango. Autumn Green in the house. Twishan Paris. Hola from Cleveland, Ohio, better known as the Mistake by the Lake. But actually, I am from Ohio. I've been to Cleveland many times. I actually flew in to the municipal airport in Cleveland. I saw the Rolling Stones in Municipal Stadium with 100,000 other people when I was a teenager. I would say that Cleveland is if you're going to, if you got to live in Ohio, you may as well live in Cleveland. I'd say it's the best place there. Miss Sam, hola. She says, hola to everyone. Tom M. Buenos dias, todo en el mundo. Let's see. I need you to be my dating coach, as I don't know if I have a green light. Yeah, Brian Mayton's talking about the video that I put up this week, and it's about dating in Mexico. I've had a bunch of dates down here in Mexico, all kinds of women, and most of the time, no, I didn't meet any of these women in bars. Almost, I'm going to say all of these women I met in the daytime. And I got to a point where I just had to remind myself, I'm available. I'm looking. If I see somebody that's good looking and I'm interested, I'm going to introduce myself and say hello and have a conversation with them. But I put up a video about that this week. It's called like how to get a date in Mexico or something. It's real easy. There are so many wonderful women down here. Gravity Victim broadcasting from Portugal. Hola. Lenora Wilson. Hello, Bill, and everyone from Baltimore. She thinks, so she speaks. Good morning, Bill, and everyone. I'm really missing Merida right now. Getting chilly in in Charlotte, North Carolina. Oh man, I'm telling you, man, I was checking the weather in Columbus, Ohio for yesterday. It was a high of 53 degrees. It went down to 32. It made me forget why I moved down here. That doesn't happen down here. Now, if you live in Guadalajara, Ajijic, perhaps San Miguel Allende, in the winter, in the nighttime, it might go down to 47. But in those places, it's going to go up to like 90 degrees in the daytime, no humidity. And you can walk around in your Speedo. That's what I do. I like to put on my Speedo and go to Walmart and just see who's looking with my green light on. Ha ha. Miss Sam. Hola, feliz viernes. Feliz viernes es sábado, chica. Miss Sam, no es viernes. No es viernes, es sábado. Hoy es sábado, chica. Viernes fue ayer. What I'm telling Miss Sam is, she's saying happy Friday. It ain't Friday, girl. I got the wrong camera. I'm looking at the wrong camera. It ain't Friday. It's Saturday. You missed the day. Okay, that's okay. William Stoneman, the mustache man. Buenos dias from Birmingham, Alabama. William Mustache Stoneman, what the hell are you doing in Birmingham, Alabama? I know that you do not live there. You're just out traveling. Crapo Productions, better known as Joe Griff, better known as Dr. John, in the house. Dr. John, I think he was my first subscriber, and he comes and joins us when he can, when he's not with his children and grandchildren in Pennsylvania. Late check-in from rainy New Jersey. Always great to see you. And my neighbor, Miriam. Bill, you're a good comedian. It's a pleasure to hear your funny comments after reading some of the horrors going on in the world. Miriam, I'm just happy to be of service. Happy to be of service, Miriam. She lives right downstairs from me. Hello from Colorado. The Colorado Buffaloes are off this week, and I think they're going to continue with a good season. Tyshawn, hello, Bill. Big fan of your videos. Hope we can chat next time when I have a day off work. LOL. That means laughing out loud. Thank you so much for contributing to the channel, because when people contribute to the channel, then I can take trips, get on the road. Heck yes, fire engine red Speedies are the only way to go. That's right. That's what I wear when I go to Walmart. Hot red Speedos with that little slip going up the crack in my butt. I just want to see who's looking. Who's looking? I look around and see who's looking, because we got some hot women that go to Walmart down here. They're driving Mercedes, BMWs. They're like 35 years old. Look like they came right out of a Vogue magazine. You know, they ain't got no job, so their man must be making mucho dinero. But yeah, they look too. Sorry, folks. I'm sorry. Mackie, hello from German Village, Columbus, Ohio, the best place to live in Columbus, Ohio. Camping now. See, no buff game today, Miss Sam. Lo siento, Bill. I meant Feliz Sábado. Yeah, you've been hanging out with Mary Jane. You've been smoking some of that Mary Jane, haven't you? Okay, let's get on with the getting on. We got stuff to do this morning. Let me look at my list here. Oh, when we were broadcasting last week, we were getting the eclipse, and everybody was talking about, I'm going to go see the eclipse, and I thought that I had missed the eclipse totally. So I left here. Okay, what time is it now? Well, we finished around 10 o'clock in the morning, our time here. I was sure I had missed the whole thing. So I'm out by the pool, walking to the store, and there's this guy by the pool. And I look up at the sun, and the sun just looked regular, looked like a sun. And then I saw a guy at the pool, this Mexican guy, and he had those weird glasses that you need to see the eclipse. And I said, is there in Spanish, this is all in Spanish, is there an eclipse right now? And he said, yeah. And he grabbed his glasses and he says, but you have to go over there, put them on, and look up at the sun. And I put on the eclipse glasses and looked up, and I could see the eclipse. That was freaky. So last week, right after the eclipse, one of our regular visitors here every Saturday morning is that girl. And she sent me these pictures of the eclipse live from Albuquerque, Mexico, where she is right now doing business. And she said that it was just beautiful. And I'm thinking that Verlaine, did you get views like this? Verlaine is in La Paz. But I could see stuff like this looking through my neighbor's glasses, and it was just fabulous. There you go. Yeah. Stuff in Mexico. Stuff though that was a worldly event. Okay, now, let me catch up here. Mackie, I don't have Bexley's. I don't know. Bexley, Ohio is very nice. It's known as a wealthy Jewish community, and Bexley is fabulous. Yeah, I could do Bexley, but I think the homes, they have these big mansions in Bexley. I don't know if I could swing those big mansions. Nana, hola, all here in MZT. Nana. Okay, let's go to some more images this morning. We have a subscriber, And this subscriber's on the road, and she's traveling through Mexico by herself, trying to figure out if she would like to live here. And to pay for her trip, she's doing bartering to stay. She's staying in hostels and stuff like that. So right now, no, for like the 10 days now, I don't know where she is now, but she sent me some images of San Miguel Allende. And I think she was right on the edge of town, and she was emailing me and telling me how disappointed she was. And she was disappointed because she says, this is kind of dull and ugly. I've never been, I've only been there once, and it was very exciting. But she sent me this image of where she was staying. It didn't look that exciting. And but she's to pay for her trip. She's pet sitting, so she's staying with a dog for about 10 days. Sounded as though she was getting very bored at this place. And then one night she went out and walked to this lovely restaurant it sounds like it was about a half mile from where she lived, a wonderful Mexican restaurant. And she was good enough to send me pictures of the food that she ordered. She was dying for a margarita. So there is the margarita, complete with some authentic Mexican tacos of various varieties. And so she may have been bored, but she was eating good. And one thing, if you come to Mexico, one thing that will happen, she also sent me a video. Let me see if I can find the video. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. Wherever you go in Mexico, it doesn't matter if it's a giant city or a small town. Wherever you go in Mexico, every Sunday you have to find the plaza, because on the plaza, the town can have 1,000 people. It can have 15 million people. It can have half 500,000 people. On the plaza, every Sunday around 7 o'clock, the party starts. So this person went to the plaza. I don't know which plaza this is, in San Miguel Allende. And as you can see, there were lots of people there early in a Sunday evening, lots of food to eat. People get together with their families and eat in the early afternoon. Then they head down to the plaza to celebrate. Now, and if you guys ever, and there's the band playing, and I would love to play. This band is some of the best Mexican music I have ever heard. It was banda, but it was pretty jazzy. And if you ever send me images, please send me landscape images. And notice the woman playing saxophone. I have never seen a female saxophonist in Mexico playing with a band. And I'm wondering why she doesn't have on a white suit like all of the other people do. But they were jamming, and I would play the music, except I am sure that this music is copyrighted. But yeah, send me images. If you come to Mexico, or if you're in Cleveland, Ohio, and you want to send me a picture of the 5-6 feet of snow on the ground, send me images so I can put them up. Okay, Stephen Nathan, what are you talking about? The Day of the Dead is a big deal in Mazatlan, like carnival. It's a big party. They must have like 500,000 or at least 100,000 people that go to the parade. We have some images of the Day of the Dead parade coming up shortly. It's a big party. It's a freaky party. And the thing is, whether it's carnival, Day of the Dead, or whatever, there's no violence. No. People are getting drunk. Lots of beers going down, but people leave everybody alone. Everybody's loving and caring. It's just a good time. AR. How can we tell if someone is a paid influencer advertising for Mexico? Paid influencers advertising. I don't know. You just email them, ask them, and when they put up videos, they have to tell you that they are advertising. But I don't know. Or just email. Go to the video and just ask the people, hey, is Mexico paying you to do these broadcasts? I wish Mexico was paying me. I would love Mexico to pay me some money. And Miss Sam contributing $5 to the channel. Thank you, Miss Sam. That will help me on my next trip. I just received my first piece of luggage from Amazon.com that I'm going to use on my trip when I go to Morelia in 3 weeks. In 3 weeks, I'm not going to Morelia. I'm going to Leon for Latin America's largest balloon festival. They say they're going to have like 600 balloons up in the air. It's time to turn on the air conditioner in here. But thank you, Miss Sam, very much for contributing to the channel. Then we got ciao, la dolce vita, ciao, a tutti from Italy, ciao to you, back to Nana. Awaiting rain later. Okay, let's go to another video clip here. Hold on a second. Okay, now I lived in Puerto Vallarta for 10 years. And, let me go back here. And let me turn this off. Then let me go back here. I lived in Puerto Vallarta for 10 years. And last weekend, I think it was Friday or Saturday, they had Hurricane Lydia. Hurricane Lydia, I think that they were right on the edge of Hurricane Lydia. And here is what the city looked like. There you go. I mean, I was in Puerto Vallarta for 10 years. I never, ever saw anything like that. I mean, the entire town was flooded. In some places, the flooded areas had 3 feet high of water in the streets. Here's another clip. Look at that. People getting around on jet skis and in kayaks, cars floating down the road, people stuck on the second. They had an elementary school with kids in it. They had to put all the kids on the second floor. Look at the trash can floating down the street. Look at the cars. Look at the guy standing out there with water up to his waist. We have, look at that. I'd never seen anything. I was in Puerto Vallarta 10 years. I never saw anything like that. And that is the challenge with living in a place that has hurricanes. And we have Hurricane Norma, and that's what Verlaine is talking about. She's in La Paz. It's supposed to have almost a direct hit Norma is supposed to have almost a direct hit on San Cabo and Verlaine. I think she's a little south of that. Let's go down here and check this out here. Let's look at the map. Yeah, here we go. Let's move this around. Okay, on the left-hand side of the map, you can see the peninsula over there. Norma is supposed to hit that. And then it looked like it was going to go north of Mazatlan and inland last time I checked. But I'm getting out of here. I just want to get out of here. I just want to get out of here before I have to go through another hurricane. It looks like the hurricane is coming here. Hurricanes are, I'm just happy. I have experienced hurricanes in Puerto Vallarta. I've been very fortunate, but hurricanes don't play, man. I would rather live inland, but in Guadalajara and places throughout Mexico, you have earthquakes. I don't know. Both of them are things that you do not want. Okay. And Ray Garcia, I had a year's cough. It was allergies. Try Allegra. Thank you so much, Ray Garcia. Nice tip. Thank you so much. Brian Maiden, when I saw this, I sent a text to my Airbnb host to see if they were okay. Terrible pictures. Yep. Yeah, Brian. And Brian, where was this for Puerto Vallarta? Are you going to Puerto Vallarta? Yeah. Check it out. Crazy Boy, good morning. Cabo got hit with some big waves. Okay, yeah, Cabo got hit with some big waves. That's where you guys are, right, Cabo? Yeah, and this stuff is just now starting. Our expats 1700 GM. Are expats required to carry their passports and FMM cards at all times? Well, I'm going to say it depends on what a-hole cop you run into. I've been down here for almost 20 years. I've been down here for almost 20 years, and no a-hole cop has ever asked me for ID unless I was driving a car. But if you're just walking around, nobody has ever asked me for ID. Now, about 6 or 7 months ago, people all over Mexico and many YouTubers were telling people that, hey, carry your ID because they're stopping you. There were terrible stories going on. They were stopping people. And if you didn't have your paperwork, they could put you in these detention centers. And if you're down here by yourself and maybe your passport is at your apartment and you don't know any people, you don't even have anybody to go to your apartment to get. So you're in these detention centers. It can happen. If you meet the right a-hole policeman, then you should always, when you're walking around Mexico, always have 500 pesos in your pocket just for the a-hole policeman, and offer him 500 pesos, and most likely he'll go away. That's $25. Most likely that's more than what he makes in a day. So there's that. Okay. Yeah. Big waves. What's happening down here? David. Hello, Bill. Oh, David Maria in Morelia. Oh, now Dave called me up, and I have some stories about people calling people up, because I was reading about, now Dave lives in Morelia. He's going to be my neighbor. He is from Kentucky. Louisville? Are you from Louisville, Dave? Tell us. And he bought a house in Morelia, and I think it was for under $100,000. He sent me pictures. And let me go over here and turn off your text. He sent me pictures of the house. He bought the house. He lives with his wife, Maria, in Morelia. And from the pictures, he sent me about 7 or 8 pictures. It looks like it's a 3-bedroom. I'm in the wrong spot. Okay, let me go over here, Brand. Oh, here we go. So there's the front of the house. I think this is the back of the house. He sent me pictures in landscape. No, he sent me pictures in portrait, meaning that they were vertical pictures, but he has an upper deck. I think that's on the second floor, and on the bottom of this picture is another deck that I believe is on the first floor. Here is, this is also a vertical image that I zoomed in on in Photoshop. You can see the beautiful woodwork there, the metal work on the door, the beautiful tile floors. This is in Morelia, and it looks like just a beautiful place to live. And a funny thing about Mexico, he sent me this picture, this upcoming picture, and I don't know why, but many times when you go to buy certain things in Mexico, it comes packaged in a way that you would never expect to see. And this next image, he sent this image to me. I've seen this many times. I've purchased this product many times. But this is another part of the joys of living in Mexico, and that is experiencing things like this. In Mexico, generally, if you go to Walmart, if you go to a major grocery chain, sure, you can buy a little carton of eggs, but there are many of these little places called tiendas. And you go into the tiendas and you don't tell them that you want like 12 eggs. You tell them that you want like a kilo. You buy eggs by the kilo. So he sent me this picture. I don't know. That looks like it's about maybe 18 eggs. Maybe that's a kilo of eggs. Again, this is another joy of living in Mexico. And let me say that the storm is kicking up here. I'm going to turn off the air conditioner. The storm is kicking up here. I can hear the rain. I'm looking at the palm trees blowing. If all of a sudden everything on the Bill the Geek channel goes blank, it means that the electricity or the internet has gone out. But right now we are good to go. Jack Webb. 90% of a-hole cops are in the U.S. Thank you, Jack Webb. Ha, ha, ha. A whole cop. Funny stuff to start the day. Thank you. A whole cop. That's funny. Hey, that's my house. Oh, okay. La Dolce Vita. I just love saying your name. Anyone have a recommendation for travel insurance? I'll be traveling to MX and a few other countries. Thanks for any tips needed for medical mostly. Grazie. So if you got any tips, or if you have any tips on medical insurance, because I have no on travel insurance. If you have any tips, email them to me at bill.dallas.lewis10@gmail.com, and then I can post those tips when we go live, like next week, so that everyone can have that information. Here we go. Let's see what's going on now. William Stoneman. Why do they sell eggs in plastic bag and batteries in a package you can't open with a chainsaw? That's true. That's true. You buy batteries down here and you can't get to them. You do need a chainsaw. Another thing, okay, I'm going to show you something funny here. Another really funny thing is I'm going to show you, I got the wrong camera. Now, this is hilarious. I'm going to show you my can of Raid, but notice the top. Notice that you stick your finger in here, and it's got a little button on the top that you push. And that's how the stuff comes out of the can. But there are products in Mexico, like paint products, that have those little tips. They almost look like this. Uh-oh. That little white, this is a cap of lip stuff, but they got, and then there's a little button on top of that, and you push that, and then the spray comes out of that little button thingy. If a product is sold like that in Mexico, if you're in a major grocery store, it will not have that little button on the top. They sell that separately. If you go into a major grocery store, anything that has that little button, it will not be there. I don't understand that. It's because people steal them. I don't understand why somebody would steal something like that. Whatever. Whatever. Okay, so let me go over here. It is raining very hard here. It is raining very hard. If I had another camera, I would show you what's going on out there. I think this is effect of the hurricane Norma. She's out there, far away, but the rain is coming down pretty good here. And hopefully we have enough electricity to get through the broadcast. Okay, we got more stuff to share with you. Let me check my list here. Oh, yeah. The good news also is that the value of the peso is still going down. So between this week and last week, my rent went down about $70 because right now the peso is about 18.6, and I hope it continues to drop. Okay, what else do we have here? What else do we have here? Okay. The camera is looking outside would be a great idea. Yeah, but the problem with the camera looking outside is then I get a lot of black backlight, and then you can't see me at all. Okay, now. Okay. Something I was also checking out this week is how to contact Dolly Parton. Ends up, even Dolly Parton's closest friends can only contact her through fax. So her closest friends, no, I don't want you showing up. Her closest friends have to fax her. And most of her closest friends don't even know her phone number. And I tell you what, I'm happy because she must be like me. Like I just really don't. I'm not real social. If you want to talk to me, if you ever want to talk to me on the phone, email me or send me a message via WhatsApp ahead of time. Because if I don't know what your phone number is and you're calling me, I don't answer the phone. Okay, let's move ahead. As I was saying earlier in the broadcast, it is time. Let me see, what do I have here? It is time for Day of the Dead in Mexico. Okay. Oh, okay, I got it. Also, one thing I wanted to say is I started making shorts last week. Last week I put up 2 shorts. And what is a short on YouTube? It's those little, I guess you would call this kind of, that little video right there, you would kind of call that a short if it was playing all by itself and there was no background. It would just be that filling up your phone. So I'm experimenting with shorts. I'm going to put up a short tomorrow about Day of the Dead in Mazatlan. A lot of YouTubers put up shorts. They're on YouTube. They're 30 seconds to 60 seconds. I'm going to put those up and see how it affects the channel. I put up a short last week. I think it was Sunday, and I got a reduction in subscribers. It was like people didn't like that, but I'm going to put one up tomorrow just to try it out. Okay, here we go. Okay, Day of the Dead comes up this Thursday. And here we go. People get their faces all painted. There you go. And that's Rob at Reina del Mar Bed and Breakfast in El Centro. And they're painting him up. Oh. And the girls take fentanyl. They take fentanyl, and that makes them move it and do this like really fast. Then they snort some cocaine, and that makes it. That's why they're moving all fast like that. And the people that they're painting up, they give them some fentanyl and let them do some cocaine too, and everybody looks wild and crazy. But you can get your face painted for about 200 to 300 pesos. That's $10 to $15. It's a lot of fun. Lots of fun. And there's Rob. He's getting all fixed up. I think he looks better with the paint than he does normally. But at Rob's bed, and you'll see a bunch of people. If you come to Mazatlan for Day of the Dead, you're going to see thousands of people with their faces painted and with costumes on. So now you see how slow the lady is moving that now, and the people are moving normal. That means that her fentanyl has worn out. She'll have to go back into the little back room and take some more so she feels better. And then all of a sudden, she'll start moving fast again. Day of the Dead in Mazatlan. It's a fabulous time. It's peaceful. Lots of food to eat. People walking around. Lots of beer to drink. It's a very peaceful event. And we have some more clips to share with you about that coming up shortly. Let's see. Let's see. And of course, I'm following the news. So we've all heard about Donald Trump's lawyers, Sidney Powell, and his other attorney called Cheeseburgers. They've confessed guilty in the Georgia trial. They're in that racketeering case that just happened this week, and they're getting ready to flip on. They're not getting ready to flip. They already flipped. They have flipped. And now they're going to squeal like little pigs on everybody else. You won't need HBO, Showtime, Netflix. You won't need YouTube, because just watching these people flip is going to be like going to an aquarium and watching fish and see who goes to jail. That's very exciting. But let's cover some more Day of the Dead experiences right here, right now. Here we go. More Day of the Dead. So you get your face painted up, and then you go out and you see other people. There's Rob. Yeah, Rob and one of his friends at the main plaza in downtown Mazatlan, having beverages probably filled with fentanyl. There's a normal person. There you go. Look at that. Marilyn Monroe painted up. How good does she look? Look at her. And so I'm going to put up a short tomorrow that will show you more clips about Day of the Dead in Mazatlan. And I have one more clip about Day of the Dead. Let's see what's going on here. What did I miss? Why do they sell eggs? The camera. I think I'm missing something. Deep think now. Yeah, that Trump stuff is why I'm moving to Mexico ASAP. That's funny. Yeah, man. I tell you, politics in the United States, and I said it last week, but I'm going to say it now. God bless all the people in the Israel, Palestine, Gaza. God bless all of those kids and little innocent people that have nothing to do with any ideology. All they want to do is go out and see the sunshine, see it go up, come down, make love to somebody, eat some food, and chill out. That's what most everybody wants to do. And God bless everybody that's stuck in between that. And I'm going to pray for them regularly. And Ken Art. Hey, Bill. Oh, I just got back from Los Cabos yesterday, beating Hurricane Norma. The ASOS was 15-1. Hope all is well. Okay, well, thank you for contributing to the channel. And when you contribute to the channel, that just helps me travel. And I was thinking about you guys this morning because I am getting ready to move in about 8 months, 7 or 8 months. I'm moving to Morelia. I'm figuring out how I'm going to do that. It's a 16-hour bus ride. I was thinking, how much stuff am I going to take to Morelia? And so I figured it out. I think that I can move. And if you're thinking about moving to Mexico, it's best to come down here with as little as possible. And I'm thinking that most likely I can move from Mazatlan with 2 to 3 suitcases. If I can move out of here with 2 to 3 suitcases, then I can fly to Morelia in about an hour and 10 minutes instead of putting all that stuff on a bus. Put it on a bus. I'd have to change buses in Guadalajara after 8 hours and then wait in Guadalajara with 3 suitcases. I'm going from bus to bus with 3 suitcases. So over the next 8 months, I'm thinking about, what do I really need? What clothing do I have in my closet that I have not used for like a year? Anything I haven't put on in a year is going to the church down the street. So one bag will just be all electronics. One will be clothing. Maybe I can make the move with 2 suitcases. So I'm really thinking about how am I going to move and how can I do it in an airplane. Al Simon, I'm dying from your gee. Oh, that's funny. I can't help myself. Yeah, I'm down here, but I read the news every day in the United States. It's just hilarious. And I saw, I'm an American. I watch it. And this is about the joys of living in Mexico. That's some crazy stuff going on up north. And I saw Sidney Powell in court pleading guilty to all these counts. And she just agreed to everything. Oh, yeah, that's fine. I can do that. I'll squeal. I'll squeal like a pig. Just don't put me in prison. Yeah. Just don't keep me out of jail. I don't want to go to jail. And them two, they're gonna squeal like pigs, like little oinkers. That's hilarious. Okay, now let's get back to being Bill the Geek here. You are counting down your time to move. Yes, I am. I am so looking forward to moving to Morelia. And I'm really looking forward to this next trip that I am making to Leon. I've got my airplane ticket all booked. I have my Airbnb all booked. And if you live anywhere in Mexico, there is an internet service called Total Play. Total Play, as I know right now, is the best internet service in Mexico. It's really fast. They're dependable. And I'm saying this because my Airbnb in Leon has Total Play. And I was wondering if I could go live from Leon, from my Airbnb, but I will. I'm going to go live in Leon on the 18th of November. And I'm really excited about that. But I'm excited about that trip. So life is really cool, folks. Come on down here to Mexico, chill out. There's so much love down here. Oh, how much will it cost you if you hire a moving company there to move your things? It would be fairly inexpensive. But you have to, from here, I'm going to say I don't know, but it's not going to be like the United States. Now, if you're going to come down here and cross the border, I know people that have moved their whole house of stuff. They cross the border, and then they need a moving company to get them to like Ajijic. And I know people that have paid $6,000 to $9,000 to have that done. No, man, I don't own things. You don't own things. You don't own things. Things own you. That's why I just have a few things. There's a hurricane tomorrow. I can pack up my 3 suitcases and I just get the hell out of here. That's it. If there's a revolution in Mexico tomorrow, I just pack my 3 suitcases and I'm gone. There you go. Ha ha. Iron Earth. Is there a way to mail books if you don't have a definite address yet? Some type of warehouse. They do have storage centers down here, just like in the United States. You know, those little places are like as big as a bathroom. But I tell you what, Iron Earth. My first question is, why do you still have books? All of my books are on my computer or in my cell phone. And I used to have thousands of books. But anyway, check out Facebook. Find Facebook wherever you're moving to. Find a Facebook group wherever you're moving. Let's say you're moving to Mazatlan. Find expats in Mazatlan. And then start becoming friends with expats, different individual people. That's how I'm going to find my apartment in Morelia. And Dave and Maria, I'm sure they'll help me out. But find somebody in a Facebook group and get to know the group and say, hey, can I send you my books? When I was in Ajijic, before I moved here, I kept luggage for 2 different families that hadn't moved here yet. They contacted me. Hey, we're going to be in Mazatlan, but we have to leave. We'll be coming back. Can we leave? Can we leave our stuff here? Yeah, sure. I had people just leaving their luggage here. Not that I would do it for you, but many. So try that. Try that. People were very friendly and accommodating because that's just one of the joys of living in Mexico, and that's helping people out. That's what we do down here. That's what we do. Hey, Bill, I hope to get to meet you when I'm in Mexico in January, March. Well, I hope I get to meet you too. Just drop me a line. We'll hook all that up. Wow, I'm way behind on my messages. I just scrolled up and there's like 10 million messages down there. Okay. How much do you think rent's going to be when you move? I'm thinking, I'm going to say that my limit is going to be $600 a month. I'm thinking I can find a place for about $500 a month. Some guy that lives there now, and I said this last week, I think his name is Bruce, but he's renting a 4,000 square foot house for $400 a month. Another lady that's in a Facebook group down there said that her and her husband rented a 4-bedroom house in a nice neighborhood for $500 a month. So I'm maxing myself out at $600, and I'm hoping for $400. And within the next couple of months, I'm going to start contacting more and more people in the Morelia Facebook group. There you go. She thinks, so she speaks. Bill, if your neighbors in Morelia will hold some things for you, maybe you could fly before you move and leave some stuff with them. Maybe do it in 2 trips if it's not too expensive. That's a very good idea. And that's why your name is She Thinks So She Speaks, because you got so knowledge. It just like drips out of that head. Right on. Coco Mango. How is the mail service down there? Ha ha. Is it easy to mail items from one Mexican state to the other? I'm telling you, man. I'm trying to figure out how to say this. How do I say this? I'm just going to say it. Never. I'm going to say this, and I don't want to say this. Something's holding me back from saying this. I don't want to say this, but I'm going to say it. I'm going to say, never, ever use the mail service in Mexico for anything. There you go. Yeah. If you're going to mail something, use DHL, Federal Express, any of those services, and then they have overnight they have many services like that in Mexico. Hire a private service. Well, Bill, why would you tell people never to use the postal service in Mexico? First example. Well, you know that check that Donald Trump sent out to millions of Americans. I got a letter from Donald Trump. It was the stimulus check. So I got the letter from Donald Trump, but there was no check with the letter. And I think I got the check like in January, and I got the letter in January, and it took 12 more months to get the check. Okay, so it took me 15 months. I had a cousin that was getting married. He sent me a wedding invitation from Columbus, Ohio, and I got the wedding invitation 3 months after the wedding. I was in a relationship with this woman who grew up in Mexico. Now she's about 55. And in her entire life, she has never used the Mexico Postal Service. And she says she never would. So there you go. There you go. And you can try it. Try it. You know, but when you put something in the Mexican mail, it's like playing the lotto. If you don't care, if you're sending a letter to your ex-wife and you're telling that your ex-wife that she's just a terrible person and you hope she dies and stuff like that, and you don't care if she gets the letter or not, well, use the Mexican Postal Service. There you go. Beverly B. Too expensive to rent a small truck. Beverly, I could probably rent a truck one way. Yeah, like U-Haul. One way, but then I'm going to drive for 16 hours. I don't want to drive for 16 hours. I'm going to put 3 suitcases on an airplane, fly for 1 hour and 10 minutes, get off the plane, and go to my new apartment. 16 hours? I don't think so. Iron Earth. Because books are beautiful. They are beautiful. Israel James. Any FedEx facility. Yeah. There you go. And if I'm not mistaken, Mr. James lives in Mexico City. Thank you very much. I had my bank card sent to FedEx here in Mexico from the U.S. Yep. Whenever my bank sends me a bank card, they use FedEx. They sure as hell don't use the Mexico mail service. Thank you very much. My man, Ola, Mr. James. Hey, David. Yeah, Bill, bringing a bunch of stuff down here with you is a big mistake. And I'm going to tell you, my cousin Tulsi, she's a very intelligent artist. She's from my hometown, Columbus, Ohio. She's been she's taught. She has a master's from a master's. Oh, I forget the name of where she got her master's, but anyway, she's so good at her art that the first college in Saudi Arabia for women, they found her work on the internet and they invited her to teach at the first women's college in Saudi Arabia for like 1 year. They paid her $100,000, paid all of her travel expenses. She was there for 2 years, didn't have to pay for anything. Then she traveled through Europe. She owned a farm in Montana. After she was done traveling Europe, she went back to live on her 12-acre farm with a barn. She had llamas and stuff like that. She moved to Mexico. She sold everything. She sold her house, everything she owned. I picked her up at the airport in Guadalajara. All she had was a suitcase. She had one suitcase and a travel bag. I mean, she knows how to travel. That's how I'm going to travel, just like that. I read books cause my eyes prefer paper. Can't handle too much screen glare. Hand orange. Oh, okay. That's cool. Books, information, any way you can get information is the bomb. Mr. James says, I don't understand the little book card comment, though. Oh, the little bank card comment, though. I don't know. My bank always sends my bank card through FedEx or something like that. Coco, books are wonderful. I love books and being able to thumb through the pages. Yeah, but you move, man. It's hard to move them. I'm sorry. I've done it. Lenora Wilson. Bill, how are the streets in Morelia? Are they fairly walkable for older people? Bring my mother with me. The streets in Morelia were much more walkable than Ajijic or Chapala. Everything was flat. I did walk around some side streets, and the sidewalks were skinny. The side streets were the sidewalks were skinny, but I didn't see any cobblestone. Now, I didn't go all over the town in Tolo, but I didn't see any cobblestones. I didn't trip and fall and break my hip or arm. Mazatlan is pretty good for flat walking. It was very flat. Very, very good. Joe, what's happening, Joe? Ola Joe on his guitar from Canada. Great to have you in the house. Good. Hi, Bill. Late chiming in, but that's okay. Better late, and that's right. Better late than never. Oh, I hate shorts. Fine if your only device is a phone, but I watch you on on a 46-inch TV, and they suck. That's funny. I didn't buy a big TV to watch video that is vastly smaller. That's just hilarious. So count me out on shorts. Yeah. Thank you very much, Joe. That's great input. Okay, now I get it. Lenora Wilson, best place for a soft landing with weather like Morelia and with good walkable streets. Yeah, I tell you what, you can break your neck. I know people that have broken arms and legs walking around Ajijic. It's crazy. Mexico is a crazy place to walk around. Have you experienced any earthquakes down there? Yes, I experienced an earthquake in Guadalajara. And, I experienced an earthquake in Puerto Vallarta. And I had no clue what was going on. In Puerto Vallarta, it knocked my big screen television off of the wall. In Guadalajara, everybody was leaving the building except for me because I had no clue what was going on. In both of those situations, there was no damage done. It was not bad at all. Okay, we have 48 people in the house, 30 likes. Feel free to click that like button if you like what you're hearing. We got lots more to come about the joys of living in Mexico. And I tell you what, I'm very happy. I wish I could, maybe I can. I could almost show you what's going on outside. It's just this, it's a huge snowstorm going on out there. Not snow, rainstorm, and the palm trees are blowing. And I'm going to say, Annie M. It might be a hurricane coming. You see me, woo, woo, flying. Oh, did you see Bill the Geek get sucked out of his apartment? Woo, yeah. I bet I'd get some subscriptions off that. Oh, what was I saying? I forget what I was talking about. Whatever. Okay, now. Sean Daly. Yes, I have. Okay. Miss Sam. Yes. Is there a Morelia group on Facebook? I can't find one. Yes. And Ms. Sam, do this. Email me, Ms. Sam, at this email address, bill.dallas.lewis.10@gmail.com, because I know for a fact that I have contacted at least 3 or 4 people on the Morelia expat. You have to go to groups and look up Morelia, Americans living in Morelia, do searches for them and see how that goes. Okay, let's see what's going on now. I'm looking through my stuff over here. Here, let's try this button. See if that does anything. Feel free to donate to the channel. That is how I travel. David Drucker. Ola from Oregon. Ola, David, great to see you in the house. I missed somebody. Crazy Boy Radio. Google earthquakes for Mexico. You'll be surprised. Okay, let me try that. Bill, would you be willing to share with us how you go about finding your next place in Morelia? I tell you what, Lenora, what I'm going to do, Lenora, is I got my friend Dave there. I've talked to him for like an hour and a half on the phone. Him and his wife, Maria. I'm going to ask them if they know of any places. I'm going to start communicating with the Morelia Facebook group to see who knows people. When I was in Morelia, I met a Mexican national attorney, and we talked for about an hour in front of my hotel. A great guy. His name was Pepe. I've got his business card right over here. I'm going to contact him and see if he knows of any apartments down there. So I'm going to start my search about 6 months before I make the move. So I'm thinking about 3 months before I actually move, I should have a place. And look who is here, none other than Javelina Flips. Hello, Annie. And Annie's father just passed away not too long ago in Canada. Annie has a very interesting history. She has a couple of wonderful houses here in El Centro. They should be museums given the way that she decorates them. But she left a message for me this week on a short. Oh no, it was on a video talking about the green light video. And what'd she say? I told her, don't come back to Mazatlan for another 2 or 3 weeks. It's just too hot. But Annie, great to hear from you. Ken Art. Explore, Chase, and Amex credit cards to cover baggage fees. Ooh, very interesting. Thank you, Ken Art. Tom M. Been traveling around the world a few years. 1 suitcase of clothes and toiletries and a tote bag for your electronics, medicines, documents, and all you need. Have your clothes laundered for about $4. Okay, thank you so much. Brian Maiden, when I was in Ajijic last September, we had a strong aftershock, but Colima got hit hard. Yes, there are earthquakes down here, and they will rock your world. And there's nothing you can do about it. There's no warnings or anything. Woo! Wow. Let's see what else is on my list. Also, let me say, click that like button. I'm not sure what we'll be doing next week. It's been, I tell you, yeah, I got my cold and all that kind of stuff. I'm over that. Still got my cough. That kind of hindered me from getting things done. But this heat and humidity was messed up. You walk outside, and if you're not in air conditioning, you were like suffocating. It was just like this big, it was like you were walking into a 400-degree oven with a boiling pot of water in the oven. That's what it was like. And it was like this for 3 or 4 months. People did not want to go outside, period. There are things that I want to do for the channel around Mazatlan. I didn't want to go outside ever. I didn't want to go to the pool. The pool is too hot. The ocean is too hot. And for people that are into global warming, I think it's going to get, it wasn't like this last year. It may get hotter next year. I'm moving inland. So now I've got 3 weeks pretty much until I make my trip to Lyon. And now that I have my Airbnb, I have my airfare. I can choose what little towns I'm going to do before I go to and spend 3 days in Lyon for the largest Latin America balloon festival. I got 2 full days and 3 nights in Lyon for that. So I'll be able to put out a lot more videos and have more interesting content. But this weather down here has just been messed up. Okay, Crazy Boy Radio. Thank you for the laughs. Great way to start the day. Thank you for Crazy Boy Radio. Thank you very much. Okay, let me see here. Oh, here we go. Mary Jane, is marijuana legal in Mexico? Marijuana is now legal in Mexico. They have some details to work out. It's like, I don't know how much you can walk around with, but if you're carrying a couple of joints, supposedly they can't put you in jail for that. There's some, they actually have some gram limit of marijuana that you can carry around. They're on the verge of having marijuana shops like in the United States down here, but it has to go through the government to get that done. So it is kind of legal depending on what ACOP you run into. Okay, Brian Maiden, in January, what is the weather like in Mazatlan? Pretty boy Brian Maiden, in January. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I forgot a couple of things. In January in Mazatlan, the weather is freaking perfect. There's pretty much no humidity. It's cool in the evenings. It warms up in the day, but you would never think about using your air conditioner. In January, you might walk around. I don't see sweating. Brian Maiden, you come down here in January, it's going to be perfect weather. The same is true in Puerto Vallarta. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Coco Mango, why have 9/11 for emergencies in the U.S.? It's the same number, actually. 9/11, and you'll see signs. I just saw a sign last week. I forget where I was. Maybe it was in Walmart or something, or maybe it was an advertising on television or whatever. But you just call 9/11. It's the same thing. Iron Earth. I heard some complaints about Airbnb lately, but I was thinking of doing a long-term, like a month stay, and then finding a place using a realtor in Mexico. Any thoughts on Tijuana, Ensenada? I've been through Tijuana. I've never been to Ensenada. I have no thoughts on them at all. I've only had wonderful experiences with Airbnb down here. When I was in Colima on tour, I was like 4 or 5 nights down there. I was with an American tour lady, and she said in her mind, I mean, she lived in Comala. She lived in Comala, which is like 10 miles away from Comila. I gotta go close my bedroom window. Woo, the rain is coming down, folks. It's coming down hard. It's coming down hot and heavy. Oh, but anyway, she gave me a tour through Colima, through the volcano area, through coffee fields. And she thought that a very good way to find an apartment was through getting an Airbnb and then talking with the owner to see if they would go long term. That's what she told me. Richie Runcie, buenos dias from San Cristobal de los Casas, Chiapas. Wow. Beautiful day here so far. We often get rain in the afternoons during the rainy season. Que tenga un bien día. Gracias. Muchas gracias. Que te vaya bien a ti. Crazy Boy Radio. You can grow 4 plants, smoke it, but you can't sell it unless it's a government store. Thank you very much. You can grow 4 plants. There you go. Very good. Sean Daly, have you visited San Blas? I was going to visit San Blas. Let's look at the map here. Let's get the map out. And let's open, because people talk about these places, but where the heck are they? Where is it? So you can see Mazatlan up here at the top of the map. And if you come down here, we did a video on Tepic not too long ago. But I'm going to say about a 20 to 30 minute drive from Tepic. And Tepic is about a 3.5 hour drive from Mazatlan. Okay. And about 20 to 30 minute drive from Tepic, you will find San Blas. And I want to go there. I do want to go there. I was going to do a video there, but I couldn't find any nice Airbnbs. And people that I talked to about San Blas, the first thing they said was, beware of the mosquitoes. It's like it's most mosquito heaven there. I'll go there one day. Thank you for the good info on plants. Mary Jane, the marijuana girl. We have 44 people in the house and 39 likes. Let's see, Miss Sam. Bill, please lay off the dairy products and your cough will go away. Okay. Thank you, Miss Sam. Thank you very much. Okay, you guys. Well, we're getting ready to wind down, but I remember that I have one more video that I did not show. And this is what the what is it called? It's it's the Day of the Dead parade in Mazatlan. So let's click the button and see what happens. I'm not playing any audio because they have wonderful music playing, but I know it's all copyrighted. The parade lasts a really long time. They have wonderful music. It's very well choreographed. It's beautiful. People are all dressed up. Hundreds of thousands of people all around the 13 or 14 mile Mollycon. Probably lasts for about an hour. And that comes up this week. All right, you guys, I'm getting ready to skedaddle out of here. If you would like to donate to the channel and you're watching the replay, there is a link at the very bottom of the description, and you can click that link and donate to the channel through PayPal, Visa, MasterCard, or American Express, and even Discovery Card. Who uses Discovery Card? That's what I want to know. All right, so I'm getting out of here. Let me check my notes one more time. Yep, I think I hit everything. Ooh, yes, I did. Okay, so I'm Bill the Geek. And wow. I'm Bill the Geek, and this is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel, and we're broadcasting live again from Mazatlan, Mexico. Broadcasting live. We do this every Saturday at 10 a.m. We have regulars that show up, and then we have first-timers that show up. The regulars give us information about what they know, what they've learned, what they're looking for. And then we have newbies that show up, and they're just thinking about Mexico. Can you buy marijuana in Mexico? You know, okay, where do you buy your fentanyl in Mexico? All that kind of stuff. Yeah. So anyway, we try to answer questions, get in a groove. We're like a family here. And just when I'm getting ready to leave, we're getting more people showing up. But oh, look at this. We were down to just a few people. Now we're up to 54 people in the house and 40 likes. And let me put on a different banner here. Let me try this. What we got here? Here we go. Yeah. Let's try this one. Yeah, and if you're out there and you would like to do and I understand a lot of you guys showed up like we've been at this for an hour and 28 minutes. And I know some of you guys that showed up right on time at 10 a.m. Central Time, you're ready to skedaddle out of here, which is cool. Thank you for showing up, contributing to the channel. And I understand you guys might slip on out because I know that Ohio State is playing Penn State right now. You might want to see that. But I'm going to stick around for a little while longer and see if anybody, look, now people are disappearing. They came in and now they're going out. So maybe I will be skedaddling out of here. But I think in the future, I'm going to make longer broadcasts and I'm just going to stick around longer and I'll be like I'm working at 7-Eleven or something. People come in, people come out. They might have some questions. They might not have questions. But anyway, here we go. So I'm Bill the Geek. This is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel. And Lenora, you have a great weekend also. I'm Bill Dallas Lewis. I'm Bill the Geek. This is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel broadcasting live from Mazatlan, Mexico. Annie Flips, you have a dry day. Thank you, everyone. Love you all. Have a wonderful weekend. Have a happy, what do they call it? A Halloween. And adios, amigos. Que te vaya bien. Adios.